something so exciting and so important to tell you. We finally launched our new Celestial Signé collection. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe that this day is finally here. I feel like I haven't been able to sleep in weeks because I've just been counting down this day. We've been working so hard to celebrate our new launch. We decided to just air out everything. We wanted to tell you everything, how we started, the process, the issues, what we've learned, the downfalls, the pitfalls, the highs, the lows, everything.
Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, everything.
Never before seen footage, never before seen phone cases that never made it.
Yeah, that were left on the cutting room floor. I was live!
The Oprah high five.
Buckle up, get ready for a ride because you're gonna want
a bumpy one.
You're gonna learn everything you want to learn and more about Signé, and we're just so excited to finally be sharing this story with you guys. I also just wanted to remind you guys that we are doing a giveaway on the Signé Collection Instagram page. We're giving away a brand new Saint Laurent card holder wallet, our favorite. We all have them. We all have them, y'all. The contest ends November 8th, so make sure you enter for a chance to win. It's a super easy contest. You don't need to jump through hoops or anything like that. So make sure you check that out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what your favorite case from this new collection is, and if you have any other questions, let us know. But without further ado,
and if you want to see 5 outfits inspired by every single case, you can check out my channel because that will be there.
And I'm gonna steal that card again. Let me know when you're ready to start.
No, you start.
A lot of people wonder how Signé came to be, and I understand because it kind of seems completely random that the three of us would just create this big, I mean, like, to us it's big. We are all really big believers in the law of attraction, ask, believe, receive, and I am a really big believer in kind of like faking it till you make it. Our end goal has always been for us to end up in stores like Nordstrom, Chapters, Indigo, stores like that. We've always treated it really seriously. What I was saying is, like, sometimes people wonder how this came to be because it's so random. It's actually kind of a funny story, and I don't mean to take over this conversation, but the beginning of it kind of started with CNC. Do you imagine yourself starting a cell phone case company?
Okay, I actually have a little story, which is just that, like, 5 years ago, I was really curious to see what my little sister thought she was going to do when she grew up, because I always knew what I wanted to do. So I said, you know, what do you envision yourself doing when you grow up? And she said, I'd love to be a designer. I'm like, of what? And she's like, I don't know. I'm like, you know, it's a great idea. You could maybe design phone cases. You could show me your designs and I'll get them sold for you. And she said, okay, that's a great idea. But this was like 6 years ago, and I never thought about it, like, ever again. And I remember driving in the car and thinking, that's kind of a good idea. Like, why not, you know?
Yeah. How Signé came to be is that my sister Toni and I have a jewelry line called CNC Luxury. And at one point, you know, I've always been really obsessed with evil eyes. I have an evil eye tattoo. Our first collection featured evil eyes, and we wanted to come out with an evil eye case. So we decided to look for wholesale options, and we wholesaled. Michelle's holding little Leo.
He's so cute.
He is. He's Signé's little mascot.
Well, it's gonna be my profile picture.
I got back, and I remember you messaged me, and she went to Love with Mike. And then Mike and I didn't really like it, so then we went to Mandy's.
I said, well, why don't you guys do your own phone cases? And she said, well, we have phone cases. I'm like, no, but like, do your own. And then she's like, well, we don't know how to design those. And I said, well, you could just get a designer to like design them, and then you just make it happen.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and then she said, well, you know how to do that. You know how to do Photoshop. Why don't you try it?
Well, actually, you were like, well, I'll design them, and then you can give me 10 cents from every phone case you sell.
Like something tiny, because I'm genuinely never in a million years thought to myself, like, how can I bank on my friends? Like, no. And now you're gonna say your favorite sentence that you're so excited to say.
I've been waiting a whole year to say this. So at that point, I had been watching a lot of Shark Tank, and Mark Cuban, I love him so much. I love Mark Cuban. One of their favorite lines to say is, I need some more skin in the game. So I said to Michelle, I said, well, Michelle, it's a lot of work, and I feel like if you're gonna take it seriously, and it's funny now, because like you are like the CEO, and like you are—
I'm not the CEO, you guys just say that.
I said to Michelle, well, I feel like you're gonna need a little bit more skin in the game for you to really want to, you know, take this further and like really work at it, because it is gonna be a lot of work. We had no idea how much work it was gonna be.
No, we literally thought, oh, this is so simple, because all we have to do is design them, then order them, and then ship them. That was so far from the truth. It was so much work. Anyone who thinks that the three of us got into business just to make a quick buck is in for a rude awakening. 100%. 100%. Because there has been more blood, sweat, and tears put into this company
than I think anyone is even aware of. And that's why we wanted to make this video, to kind of, you know, explain what we've been through and what we've done, because what we've learned. Basically, Signé came to be at Mandy's. You said, do you have any ideas? And I said, well, I'd love to do a lemon phone case, a nicer evil eye phone case. I don't really know if we thought that we were actually gonna do it.
I think I was like, okay, let me take this idea and see if I could actually do it. So then I made like little mock-ups. They're so ugly now if you look at them, but I made little mock-ups and all three of us were like, these are so great. These are beautiful. I want this phone case. How has this not been made before?
I know. Our goal, as people who have always loved phone cases, was to create a phone case that was protective. Well, that aspect was really important to Michelle from the get.
Because I do not order phone cases if they don't have a protective front bumper, which we have. As cute as your phone case can be, if you're terrified to drop your phone every single day, it's not really a phone case, it's just like a skin. I was never someone who really cared about bumpers or anything. So at the beginning, I was like, I don't care, like we don't need a bumper, but you really drove it home. And I think that is like such an important selling feature now to stores, like people who want to sell our cases, and online people love the bumpers. Michelle and I, like we were kind of like on a high in the car. Mike was with us and we were talking about, let's do a Montreal collection, let's do this, let's do that. And we were just like talking, he's like, well, what are you gonna name it? We were driving home and I was like, I was looking at all the things surrounding us. I saw like a dog billboard. It was a dog billboard?
Yeah, and I said, what about bark?
Oh yeah.
Because I was like, you know, like it's like a tree bark, like the bark like covers the tree, and he's like, and so then we passed another billboard and it was like signature or something, and I was like, well, you know what? Everyone's on their phone. We sign things on our phone, we read things on our phone, we do everything on our phone. And I was like, what about Signé?
Yeah.
And then from that, we came up with the what's your signature right away.
Because it's all about like,
you know, like what's your signature? Like
your phone case says a lot about you, so what's your signature?
Yeah, like I feel like a phone case can tell you a lot about a person. So basically, day one, we came up with the name, we came up with the tagline, and...
Also, Signé is French, and we're from Montreal.
Yeah, we're from Montreal, so it's like a little bit of a play on that.
How many of you guys have had ideas with your friends that you're like, we're gonna start a business, and then like it never happens? I've had 5 billion ideas like that, but there was something about this one, and I think we can all agree that none of us could have done this alone. Like I needed the girls so much for everything we did.
We needed you. We still need you.
How cute are we?
We need you every day. Like, you know, I was joking with him this morning, like, you know the saying, like, the devil works hard, but Kris Jenner works harder? Like, that's actually Michelle. Oh, how did Toni become involved in this? If you are familiar with Toni and I, we also have a jewelry line. So at the start, it was Michelle and I, and then it was just natural that Toni came in. So we brought the idea to her, asked if she wanted to be a partner, and she did.
I came home after a treacherous day at university to Michelle at Allie's house, being so excited about this new idea. And at first I wasn't sure if like this idea included me or you were like telling me, like either way I was excited. And then when you included me, I was so honored.
Aww.
Actually?
Yeah. I was so excited because the designs were genuinely so pretty that I was like, I want to be a part of this.
All three of us started like brainstorming ideas. We knew we wanted a lemon case, we knew we wanted an evil eye case, and from there we knew we wanted to have a collection of 5, so we had to somehow come up with 3 other cases. Something I want to say is from the start, we never wanted to copy any other brand. We always wanted to have our own unique style. All our designs, we consciously made an effort to make sure, or to try and see that no other brand had done it.
For every design that we did, for example, the watermelon, we would Google watermelon phone case. If a competing brand that was similar to us did something like it, we didn't do it. Like cherries. A lot of people asked why we didn't do cherries. Because it was done. We wanted to do cherries.
If it was done very well. And it was like ugly, then we would make it pretty.
We wanted to do coconuts, but the coconuts we found online, I was like, that is exactly how I would do it. Why would we even bother? We wanted to make sure that everything was signé.
We design everything ourselves. Like Michelle's the graphic designer, so we'll brainstorm ideas. He'll come up with mock-ups. We'll say, well, maybe like move this a little, move that a little. What about like tweaking this, tweaking that? But really, like, he's the graphic designer. It's really like, it's all 3 of us. Like,
no, it's just us 3. Seriously, there's no one doing anything.
There's no one doing anything else. I'm not gonna lie. you know, when you get into business, you are not doing it with the goal of losing money. When you get into a business, your goal is to make money. One thing that a lot of people get wrong about Toni and I don't know about like what people think about you, but they think that our dad funded our businesses. You know, I can say that my dad didn't, but some people might not believe us, but I can say, sitting here, hand to God, that all of our businesses were self-funded by Toni and I, well, and Michelle.
Well, this one.
Michelle's not an investor in
CC, yeah.
When we were starting to look at pricing and everything, we were expecting to invest a tenth of what we ended up investing. A tenth. That's not an exaggeration. That is not.
We spent 10 times as much, but not because we thought that they were going to be cheaper. No, they actually were.
They were, but then there was also, like, let's say for this price, the price we thought we were going to be paying, the quality was so garbage that we were like, I would not feel comfortable putting our names on this. And whereas we were like, we'll just spend more money and increase the price. And then we just fell in love with the case.
Yeah, it was very important to us that the quality was #1. And that's how we've been from the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, we're not just in it for a quick buck.
Yeah.
We're in it because we truly love
what we do, and like
also there's nothing quick about this, just saying. There was nothing quick about this.
No. I think the reason why I really wanted to do this video is because so many people say, give me your tips for starting a successful business and how do you get started and everything. And you know, yes, on so many different facets, like I feel successful. It's not like a flying success where we're just like rolling in $100 bills every single day.
The only thing we've been rolling in is expenses.
Yeah. There are a lot of expenses. So if you are wanting to start a business, there's going to be upfront costs. And
save money before.
And you need a second job.
Because there are a lot of,
at the same time.
There are so many unexpected expenses that come about, and you absolutely need a second job.
Absolutely.
Something a lot of people ask is, how did you find your manufacturer? And obviously,
I think people think phone cases would be the easiest thing in the world.
We had to put in so much work, so much
time,
searching, so much money on samples. Like, I cannot even tell you guys the amount of samples that we ordered of like raw phone cases and then cases with our original designs printed on them. And those cost hundreds of dollars each. And we ordered so many of them to find the perfect case. We were thrown to the sharks, basically.
I'll give you an example. When we started selling, we started getting contacted by stores that wanted to carry our line, which was really exciting. Every single thing they asked us for in those emails, though, we did not know what they were. Could we get a line sheet? We're like, what's a line sheet?
It's a line sheet. Like, because Toni and I, like, we had CNC, and I think we thought, we had no idea how different it would be. It is completely different than jewelry and clothing, because what we didn't realize is that, you know, people see a piece of jewelry, like you can see this necklace, this beautiful Selena necklace available on shopccluxury.com, and you can see it and you can be like, well, you know, I can never have enough jewelry, or you can never have enough clothing.
You have one phone.
You have one phone, and people don't like to buy phone cases every single, you know, week. People don't, unless you have like an infinite budget, like you're not buying a million phone cases and changing them every single day. We had no idea what we were getting into at all. Everything has been a learning curve. Nothing has been handed to us. Everything has literally been, I feel like, fought for, and we have grinded. And we don't show that. And I feel like that was a mistake. Like, we should have taken people along with us from the beginning. But I think like that first year, we were just trying to figure everything out. Like, we had no idea. And we've learned so much in the past year through experience that like we can't sit here and say, like, oh, this is what you need to do. Because like some days you just need to, like, you know, get down in the dirt, and you're gonna need to get back up.
Another thing we learned was that it's hard to show how amazing the phone cases are online. So for the first year, wholesaling was like
a great option
for us. And so that was something that we didn't even think of when we went into this. Well, I mean, like, eventually, but I didn't think that.
Oh wait, we should say what wholesaling is. Basically just selling to
stores, boutiques.
Like, we sell it to them for a rate where they can sell it
and make a profit.
So that's
so that
like Brow Bar.
Yeah, and you know what? Honestly, the Brow Bar was the first store to give us a chance. No line sheet, nothing. They just believed in us, and we're so thankful for that. As you can imagine, we learned a lot. We made some mistakes. We learned a lot about our customers. We learned a lot about what people want in phone cases. We took everything that we learned and applied it to our new collection. And I feel like that's reflected in all aspects. This past year wasn't easy. I mean, if we want to get blunt.
No, not like,
oh, okay.
like not blunt. Like, no, it wasn't easy.
No profit first collection.
No, there was no profit.
No, we didn't. No, none of us made money on the first collection.
No,
we made our money back, which was amazing.
Yeah, we made the money back, and we were able to use the money that we made to invest into the new collection.
So technically, if we didn't invest, we would have.
Technically,
if we just stopped selling cases, then we would have. But that's not the way it works.
I was saying to my dad, I was like, you know, everything that we've been through, we've literally had to claw our way up. I wouldn't trade it because everything that we learned, we couldn't learn by like reading about it, or we had to learn it through experience.
First thing that we learned is that there are a lot of things that were a priority for us when we started this company, like the quality of the bumper, the quality of the actual case itself, because, you know, we spent 10 times more than this.
Like, just as an example, our designs are not like printed on top of the plastic.
Which in some of the samples
polycarbonate plastic.
Some of the samples that we got, if you were to do this on the cat would come off. But like, obviously that's not ours now.
No.
But yeah, there's a lot of variations of phone cases that you can find, and that's why it's funny to us when we get emails about, well, why can I get a phone case for $15? It's like, buy the $15 phone case, buy our phone case, put them side by side. Like, it's a completely different story.
Because our designs are superimposed into the polycarbonate plastic.
Everybody has told me that we could price them higher, and we don't want to, and we've never wanted to.
Yeah.
It's just because we can is not a good answer for me. All of the features that we like to provide, the one thing that we learned when selling online is that getting that message across is not as easy as we thought. There are a lot of people that would get our phone cases and say, oh my goodness, I'm so surprised at the quality.
At first we were like, oh my god, I'm so happy, and now and then we moved to being like, well, we're not showing it well enough.
We need people to know what they're buying. For example, if you go to our website right now, there's a photo of our phone like this where you can see the bumper. That wasn't there in the first collection. You couldn't see that. That was something that we thought in writing in the...
People would just
know. But then we realized if you go to like cheap phone cases, it'll probably say bumper.
One of our favorite things to do, whenever someone asks us in public, like, oh, are they protective? I'll literally just take my phone and drop it onto the floor like face down, because that's how confident I am in our product. Like, I don't recommend just dropping your phone for fun.
We also learned that not everybody has a white phone. Not everybody has a beige phone. And the first collection that we... was
like basically only suited towards lighter phones.
The lighter phones. On the black phone, it was a look, but it wasn't...
it wasn't like...
as versatile. Yeah. It wasn't as versatile. So we absolutely designed this collection with the black phone cases in mind.
So one of the first issues that kind of was brought to our attention after like we started selling was that our phone cases would scratch like any other phone case would, and so people did not like that. So we took that into account, and then we put a scratch protective coating on this collection.
Like in your day-to-day life, like you're gonna put your phone down on surfaces, you're gonna put your phone in your bag with your keys might scratch your case. Like, it's normal for hairline scratches to occur, but because we didn't want people to experience those issues, we talked to our manufacturer and said, what can we do about this? And he said that for a cost, we could add a scratch resistant coating. And so that's what we did. Another thing that was more important to Toni and I, because we wear makeup every day, is we wanted to change the bumper, but we didn't want to sacrifice the protective aspect of it, because our original collection had a matte bumper around the phone. Now, if you're someone who wears makeup often, and you don't wash your hands after you do your makeup, you'll know that your fingers can, you know, hold on to foundation, concealer, whatever. And I feel like the matte bumper was almost like a little bit more absorbent, and it held on to dirt easier and quicker. So once again, we went to our manufacturer and said, what are our options? And he had a clear bumper. I feel like this bumper is way stronger. It looks way more seamless on the phone, and I personally like it way more. For anyone who had issues with their first case, like maybe scratching, I want you to rest assured that we took your comments and your feedback, and we applied it, and we're so happy with it. We're so excited for you guys to be able to see it and see all the changes, and like you can literally take a key.
And like literally so many people asked us for the iPhone 10. Yeah. And we were so excited to say, we have it now.
And
like
then they came out with the max.
One
thing I do have to say is that the process is not like we come up with a design, we ship it, and it comes in the next week. The entire process takes months from the time we put the order in to the time everything
the design process.
The design process. Well, when we do create a design, it is extremely important for us to get a sample first, because I'll give you an example. There was one of the designs that didn't make it to this collection that we thought would be great, and when we got the sample and we said we need to X this.
I think I have it. If I have it, I'll include it.
Okay, and then literally the reason that we have the cloud case and the reason that we have the money case is because that phone case didn't work out. We were gonna have 4 cases.
Aren't you so happy?
Yeah.
I'm so happy. Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Like right now, the XS Max just came out, right?
It just came out,
and a lot of people have been messaging us saying, oh, like you don't have for the XX Max.
We want to.
We would love to. For everyone who's been reaching out saying I wanted to support you, we thank you so much for wanting to support us. We hear you. We're working on it, and hopefully we'll have a solution soon, because there's nothing more we'd love than to have Signé on every single phone. From the bottom of our heart.
If it was like
something that was really important to us to improve from our first collection was shipping. I think a lot of people maybe who don't have experience with businesses or, you know, online shopping or owning an online store, they might not necessarily know how expensive shipping is. We kept the shipping cost as low as humanly possible. We ended up absorbing a lot of the cost, and that's not even including the label maker, the labels, the envelopes.
No, we absorbed the majority of shipping costs, and
we lost a lot.
Yeah,
we did.
Yeah. We did.
Like, just to be perfectly blunt, like we did, because we felt bad that a lot of people were like upset about the shipping costs, especially in the US, because shipping in the US is so cheap, and we wanted to come up with a solution. So we did.
We did.
We did.
It took us a while to figure it out because we didn't know about it, but a friend of ours was telling us about fulfillment centers, and we found out that when you ship from the United States, it's
so much cheaper.
It's so much cheaper.
It's crazy.
And when you partner up with a fulfillment center, not only do they ship for a lot cheaper, but they handle all the shipping.
This is what they do. They ship day in and day out.
Worldwide. I want to talk about worldwide.
Yeah.
We're free now. Worldwide. Because, well, it's not because our shipping company is free.
No.
Oh, I want to say that though.
Okay, say it.
Our fulfillment center is not providing free shipping for us. We're providing free shipping because we're absorbing the smaller costs that we're paying now.
We did that, and we also made the prices cheaper. So
so
we improved the quality, gave free shipping, and
lowered the price.
Lowered the price.
I don't even know how we did it. You're gonna have to run me by that again.
Yeah, it makes me so happy that people from around the world can be included.
We hope that you guys love that improvement and all the improvements that we've made, and we thank you guys for supporting us in our first collection, helping us realize what we needed to improve on and what changes needed to be made. We are so excited to finally be revealing our new Celestial collection on YouTube. If you've been following us on Instagram, at Signé Collection, you've seen them all. You've seen all the product shots, the promos, the contest, which by the way, ends November 8th. We're giving away a Saint Laurent card holders.
First thing I wanted to talk about is that our first design from this collection was the Moonlight phone case. This was the first phone case design for this collection, and it was designed December 2017.
Yeah.
Which is almost a year ago. Since it was so long ago, don't remember exactly what inspired me.
It was like the holidays, like twinkling lights. Like, I have no idea, but I remember Toni posting a picture on Instagram, and everyone was like, where's the case from? Where's the case from?
As the designer for this, I can say that a lot of my inspiration comes from Ariana Grande because I love her so much. She has a song called Moonlight, and this is called Moonlight. So yeah.
I didn't know that. Fun fact.
Yeah. It was also important for us, like this is something that's very important to us, that if we're gonna do metallics, we're gonna do them Signé style.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep it cute, we're gonna keep it whimsical, we're gonna keep it fun. We're never gonna do something just for the sake of, oh well, it's trendy. We need to make it us. We figured metallic would be perfect because gold and silver kind of goes with everything depending on if you're a gold person or a silver person.
And because the gold was so pretty, like when we got our sample, we weren't sure if it was gonna look cheap or pretty. It was so stunning. We wanted our whole collection to be metallic.
It's not like a bright yellow cheap gold. It really is just like a luxe, like Cartier, like delicious, like want to bathe in it gold.
Oh, and if you're wondering, this sweater was not purchased after the collection, it was before. I got this sweater from Sandro, like I think in December too, and it literally inspired this. Of course, stars, like there are so many companies that love stars, like Givenchy and Saint Laurent and Sandro. Stars are stars.
Yeah.
So if you see stars and you think they're cute, then
I just love this.
One thing we also wanted to say is that the first collection was very feminine. Whereas this collection, we were designing it to be more unisex.
100%, which is why if you see in our new campaign photos, there's the picture of the star is in a male's pocket.
This case is kind of like my baby. Like Signé is our baby, but like this was really when I was in college, I studied art history. I took a lot of art history classes. Why are you guys looking at each other like that?
Because I'm waiting for you to say, nobody knows about my art history knowledge.
From a very young age, my favorite artist has been Andy Warhol. I've just always loved how he would take like the everyday and make it extraordinary and beautiful and special. When Michelle was like, okay, we need to come up with some cases because the last one didn't work out, what do you think? And since I knew like our inspiration was like Instagram and social media and city and stuff like that, I was like, well, what about money signs? And if you're not familiar with Andy Warhol, he one of his most famous prints is like money signs, but not like this. It's like all colorful, like pop art and like everything like that. So this is called the money shot, and the way that we named this, it actually came super organically. We were at our e-commerce shoot and the photographer was taking a picture of this, and then I went, oh, that's the money shot. And then we just all looked at each other and we were like, the money shot.
The money shot.
And so that's why we named this the money shot.
We really didn't want this to be like a cringy dollar sign. You know, like if you look up dollar sign phone case, there's none that are like pretty and elegant.
This one is called Charmed. And a lot of people, well, I guess I should explain, well, I'm gonna include a picture since this lighting is so crazy, but there's just this cute little kitty. Since I am a little bit superstitious, you know, we had the evil eyes in the first collection, we kind of wanted to carry it over to this collection with a Signé twist, again, like not make it a spooky black cat. We wanted it to be a precious black cat, and I really insisted on adding some white elements, and those elements actually ended up being silver to add to the like metallic reflective dimension. I am not a cat person, and I, by choice, have this on my phone because it is so cute. And I'll tell you, when I went to visit Sierra, my best friend in Pennsylvania, we went to this amazing movie theater where it's called Movie Tavern, and they serve you food and drinks in the movie theater. And I was just sitting and I had this case in my lap. And the waitress goes, oh my god, I love your case. And I went, thanks, it's mine. And she's like,
I always say that.
Like we always say it, it's a joke. And she's like, I know. And I was like, no, like it's my company. And then I whip out a business card, and Sierra was like so embarrassed. But I was like, wow, like when people actually compliment your case.
No, the best was our first collection. We were out getting pedicures, and it was a cheap little... It wasn't
it was just a sample.
Cheap sample, like
really
the first ever sample. And the person was like, I love your phone case. And Michelle and I literally were like,
it was the first time we ever heard it. And it was a cheap sample. Like, we're like, this isn't even it. It wasn't this kind of kitty thing. Like, what happened is I got to Chapters, I saw some cats. I love cats. I had a That's So Raven moment. I was like, ugh. And I was with my friend and I said, I have to go. I have to go home. I have to go home. And then I got home and like in a flash we did this, and I sent it to the girls, and I was like, I hope they like it. I hope they're not like, it was weird with cats, and they were really excited. So then
the last one, your love child.
My little love child, Ariana Grande released Sweetener, and everything Ariana Grande is clouds, and I just had to do one, and that's literally the explanation. I thought that it would be really cool if the clouds were silver and if the lightning bolts were gold. Also, Ariana Grande didn't invent clouds, but for me she did.
And it's so amazing because, you know, I love all of them. Like, I can't choose a favorite. They're all like my children, but it's, you know, if I had to choose like one that I guess I just don't, because I'm not a huge Ariana fan, like I don't, like I never really got the whole cloud thing, the aesthetic, everything. But so many people are like, I love the clouds, I love the clouds. It's so amazing to hear your guys' favorites.
What I love about this is it's so, whatever you're feeling is what this will kind of translate to. Like, for me, I'm more like, I take it more as like dreamy, but if you look at this, you can also take it as being edgy. You know?
Yeah, it depends who you are.
It depends who you are. Every single case, you can take it one way or the other and really make it personal.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
So that's that, guys. I hope you enjoyed this reveal and learning a little bit more about Signé and our Signé story. It has been a climb, but you know, as Miley Cyrus said, life's a climb, but the view is great. And I feel like we're a little bit at the mountain.
She didn't say that. She says it's not about how fast I get there. Not about what's waiting on the other side.
Oh, the cute guy said that. And it is a climb, but I wouldn't trade it and our time together for anything, because we've learned so much and grown so much, and I just can't wait for the future. And I'm so proud of you guys, and I'm just so thankful that we get to live our dream. Make sure you check out our Instagram page to check out our product shots, get more information. Also enter our contest, our giveaway for our Saint Laurent wallet. I hope you guys love this collection. We really put all of ourselves into it, and we're so proud and we're so happy that you guys are loving it. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a great day or night depending on when you watch this, and let us know your favorite case in the comments down below.